I said record. Oh, it is saying recording. Oh, I see why my shit is weird. Because my shit ain't set up like this. Here we go. Yo, bro, it is episode 5, Session with Will. Session with Dr.Will. I got my boy G's here. Bighomiegz. How's everything going today, man?
It's lovely, I guess. I'm living, I'm healthy, so for me, I'm happy.
Hell yeah, man. That's the way to go. That's how you got to think about it in this fucking day and age. Just like, as long as you chilling, as long as the health is good, everything else is straight.
Well, man.
Health is definitely wealth. That's that Billionaires Boys Club. Wealth is in the mind, not the body, not the pocket. I fuck with that. But shit, man. I know we've had our podcast and our endeavors together. Outside of that, how's everything going though? Like as far as anything creative or business like.
Well, business like I am involved in a collective. I'm a part of a collective called Shaw
Okay.
Slaughterhouse. Um,
Shout out to them guys.
it's me, Mozzie, Heartbreaking, J Fade, Von Dutch. It's just a whole bunch of us, right? But you feel me? In the collective, we just all support, and make sure we each help each other to the next step. But as far as my endeavors solo wise, I have some risky things. Well, not risky. I'm not gonna say risky. I got some things coming soon for this fall, this winter. Working on a private line myself. I'm not gonna put the name out there yet, just because.
Okay. Oh yeah.
The branding process, So, but definitely got a capsule coming this fall, winter. It's crazy because I was just about to hit you up and ask you your size. Because I'm gifting certain people pieces, you feel me, like one-on-ones.
Oh, very much appreciated.
I was definitely gonna hit you up and ask you your size, but once I get this merch rolling, for me, everything gonna go up. That's my fall. I've been in the studio a lot.
Ooh. Okay.
Not necessarily making my own music type shit. I'm just gonna say I've been in the studio, you feel me? And I've just been doing a whole bunch of different shit. Like, I know I've been slacking on my photography, but it's still there. I just gotta refocus.
Hell yeah.
A million places, you can't be a million places at once. So yeah, but right now I'm just working on my fall winter capsule, and I'm just been in the studio.
Nah, I like that. Like, cause like, me, you, Jay Cartier, like we photographers, but like at the same time we have our just different endeavors and things that we have drives and passion to, shit that the photography can complement. So it's always good to like back before I really was like on some creative director shit. Like I was in the studio too. I wasn't rapping and shit, but like I was in there just soaking in the energy, just being there. Like it's always a good vibe depending on, the artist and the engineer that's in the stew at the time. Like you just get that creative energy around you. So like, and that shit drives you to do whatever you feel like you want to put that energy towards. Like you can leave the stew and you could then, jump on your projects and shit as far as like merch and clothing line goes. Cause now you just got inspiration, cause that's work at the end of the day. Like people put bread up per hour to be in the stew. And that just makes you drive to like hop in there more. So I like the idea to like not necessarily jump around on things, but like have your foot in different doors. So like
Hands in different pots, type shit. Like
exactly.
when I'm in the studio, like me, I don't have to pay for studio time. I'm not even the rapper. I'm not the artist. I'm just there to like help the creative process. When niggas want to talk about covers, my bad. I shouldn't say that word, but yeah. Anyway, when people want to covers, or they want to talk
like A&R.
Yeah, like I'm always there. Like not necessarily just an A&R, but like literally, I play the creative director role in any capacity, if that makes sense. Like if I'm around and it's in the creative space, I'm gonna help direct it if
Exactly.
you need that from me. But for the most part, I just like to help the creative process when I'm around people.
No, that's dope.
That's the vibes.
People need people like us around just to like, cause ideas come to us like nothing.
But that's the thing. I feel like when people have their own ideas, I'm the guy that makes it come to life, if that makes sense.
That too.
They have an idea, but they don't know how to actualize it. And I'd be
Exactly.
like, I got you, bro. This is how you do it. We just collectively work together to do shit.
That's the fun part, like building, like, cause that's the space that I'm in right now, like a building space where like at this point I kind of just want to like ski, like that's something that everything that I'm doing on the side of it, behind it is all for the front, which is ski. So everything I want to do, I just want to drive all the attention into there. You feel me? So like that, like having an idea and actualizing it is fun, but funny when you're doing both. Like when you're having an idea and then now you got to be the person who got to make sure that joint come to life exactly how you want it. Sometimes that shit is challenging.
It's a challenge. Like it's a gift and a curse sometimes. Like when I have ideas, I be struggling to actualize my own ideas. But when somebody else coming up to me with an idea, it's weird. Like I'm a perfectionist though, so I guess I'm like my biggest critic.
Yeah.
I've tried the clothing thing before, and like I've seen how it went. I've had my failures. You know what I'm trying to say? So like for me to do it solo now, like yeah, I'm about to become real different. Only because I have 100% autonomy on how I control everything. I can control it completely. You feel me? So yeah, I'm about to come out with a capsule. I'm gonna let everybody know now. First off, this is a Dr.Will Sessions premiere right now.
Okay.
Exclusive. I'm more on quality over quantity. You know?
That's definitely me too.
Like it's gonna be a capsule, and it's gonna be tough to get your hands on it. It's not gonna be for everybody. I'm just being real with you. Because I don't want to see my stuff. I don't want to see the wrong people wear my stuff. Honestly.
Hell yeah. Now I feel that. That's why like my target audience is like stoners, like people influenced by that, because it's like, no, I want people who's like on some ski shit to purchase ski. So I feel you on that as far as like you just don't want anyone wearing it because it could just be, not a bad look, but like
a bad look though.
You want to target a certain audience.
Like that's personal like experience that I'm about to share with you. Like sometimes it's been a bad look, bro. Like
definitely
people buy my stuff, right? Then like give it to their girlfriend. Him and their girlfriend break up. She's burning my hoodie. Like that's bad. Like why are you?
I feel you. Yep, that's bad energy.
Like that's literally a personal experience that I've seen. Like nah, I'm not with that. And also like with the lane that I'm trying to go in with the clothing, I want it to be like a commodity. I want it to be more exclusive. I want it to be like the end to have it, if that makes sense. Like if you have it, you're one of those people. You know what I'm trying to say?
Okay. Nah, I feel that.
It's going to be like really limited to the point where you'll know how rare it is when you get the piece. Put it like that. I'm not gonna spill too many details, but when you get the piece, you'll see what I mean by exclusivity and how rare it's gonna be.
I feel that. I like that. Nah, and to double back on what you were saying about like failures, like that, those are like the motivators. Like depending on the type of person you are, because people take the L and then that's it after that. But like a repeatedly fail,
it consumes when you stop.
Yeah. You see where you went wrong, and then you could go in a different direction, and that's why like I understand that like I don't view myself as like I view myself like now with this space that I'm in creating and building. I'm like I understand that I am at the very beginning. I am very young. in this. So like nothing is overnight and nothing is gonna be like I drop a shirt and in 24 hours it's just poof gone, like sold out. Like you gotta build your community. You gotta fail a few times until you find out what you did wrong so you can pivot yourself into the right space. And I'm definitely excited to see what you got going on with, you know, yeah, future endeavors. That merch shit, I know that shit gonna be tough. You don't disappoint.
You're definitely gonna like it. I'm letting you know that now.
Oh, nah, I believe that.
I'm gifting it. Like for those select few that are gonna get chosen, I'm not asking for nothing but support, basically. I'm not
Hell
asking
yeah.
I'm just gonna give you a piece, one-on-one, that nobody else is gonna have. Well, somebody might have a variation, but your piece will be unique to you. You feel me?
That's what's up.
So, with that being said, how can you not support it? It's free.
Exactly.
It's free.
Nah.
I'm not asking for nothing but support, bro.
And that's the best. Support is literally probably like a true quality that like you can't purchase, you can't buy, you can't like like support is the one thing I like about support is that it's authentic. Like when people share your shit, like your shit, comment your shit, purchase, like that it means a lot more to me than like the average like, oh yeah, someone bought my shit, cool, or like, yes, you know, someone shared my shit. Like I understand like you see the vision in a way, not fully because I haven't even exposed fully the vision of what I want to do, but you trust me enough to share my shit to your followers or whoever, your friends, and you know, my shit could have been whack, and it's obviously not, but like,
One thing I can say to touch on that is like the genuine support that I've seen is like people have gotten my logos tatted on them. That's an ultimate level of trust. Like that's
hell yeah.
all tag my name on you. If you think about it, that's kind of like OD. And
Mm-hmm.
like when you get that level of support, it kind of like not to be cocky, not to be. I'm still humble, but like that makes you feel different. It makes you classify yourself above certain things. Like nah, like I'm him. I'm him. You feel
Nah,
me?
yeah. It's a boost of energy, like that's like a tip of a hat. Like
It's like
like Joe Rogan, I've seen people with the entire face of Joe Rogan.
yeah, like it means that I'm doing something right. That's the way I feel.
Hell yeah,
Like
definitely.
logos tatted, like people have got my logos, and that's real. That's real love right there. You feel me?
That is most definitely.
You know,
And before you know it, like you know, more and more shit would just roll out. You just gotta play the game, be patient, be consistent with the shit. I definitely I'm definitely confident in my peers as far like especially just with like COVID, like everyone's kind of like jumped in their bag, which is what I love. Like, and I'm kind of glad that a little bit before that, like I'm gonna say October 2019 was like a date, like a month. I can say like that's when I jumped in the bag, never got out of it. But like you know, when COVID-19 hit, it kind of everyone takes a step back and realize like, all right, shit is definitely temporary. My job is definitely not guaranteed.
more. Like I definitely can.
So people creating, people selling, people making OnlyFans, people selling all of they reselling shit that they don't need in their crib, like on Amazon, drop shipping and shit. Like everyone is trying to build an income, build a brand, build a business. Like so, and I respect that. I love it, and I love seeing people take it serious. Because then you got the people who would, you know, start up and then like see that this shit ain't for them and then back off, which is a fail, which is good depending on how you take it. Because like there's people who will start the business up, blah blah blah, see it doesn't work for them, and pivot into a different direction, which best suits them because they understand that maybe e-commerce and selling shirts wasn't them, but like helping being a creative director for a brand but not really being in the designing field is like not really them.
Behind the scenes, like as a creative director, that I kind of like that. element of surprise, if that makes sense. Like,
Definitely.
you'll be like, oh, that's mad hard. And like, whole time you right next to him, you be like, yo, I'll work on that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But you don't tell him, this is like a mind, it's like a psych trip. You just be like, word, like,
Hell yeah.
that's what I'm doing out here. You feel me? I'd rather like just play the field and just act like I don't even know what's up. Like, I don't want the thing. You feel me? You know what I'm in it
No,
for. I'm in it for.
it's gonna come, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
like that's not the goal.
You
Like
in
the
it
goal is to,
for the arts. Like,
yeah,
I'm a lover of the arts, whether it be music,
artist. Period.
whether it be clothes, whether it be film, anything. Like, I'm a lover of the arts. So
Definitely, me too.
like,
The way I digest it, like if I'm watching a movie, I'm looking at the cinematics, I'm listening to the writing, and like I'm understanding like the dialogue. I'm looking at the credits to see like who was the writer here, who was the producer here.
I really appreciate different things.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
than the average eye. Like nowadays, you know how people be listening to music and they don't even realize the music that they're listening to is a sample, stuff like that. Like, I can go from like hearing a beat down ass sample and I know what song it's from, and it could be from like 1960. It's weird. Like, I just like, I'm trying to build like a brain of an encyclopedia or something like that. Like, just with everything.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe I smoke too much weed to do that, but sometimes I literally just forget shit. Like, or don't notice shit until like it's too late. But like there's people who
Like when
hold information. Shit's crazy. Like they just be having information from, especially like rappers, like people who like tell stories, like storytelling rappers. Like they be, I mean, maybe they're like over exaggerating and adding things in, but they be so detailed. I'm like, that's crazy. Or like podcasters who jump back to stories like they be like 35 or 40 and they be telling stories about when they was like 12 and shit. I'm like, nigga, I can't even tell a story when I was fucking 12.
yeah, I mean, I remember I remember the important things. Yeah, like, but I don't have a brain for bullshit. So
Nah, I feel that. Nah, I
that's
feel that. It's
incredible.
definitely the time to like get up on reading and like strengthening your brain and your memory. Like, is it different like tricks and tips to definitely increase like your memory and shit. Different like uh I don't want to say games, but different like different activities to improve your fucking memory. I'm gonna definitely Google a couple of them shits because my memory is shit sometimes. I remember like shit that I shouldn't even have to remember. Like I remember shit that like it has no value. Like I guess when it comes to like possibly probably like I remember lyrics well, but like if I'm backtracking on the story, I know like the most dumb shit from when I was 12 rather than the most valuable shit.
Yeah.
She's
No,
crazy.
that happened when I was 12. Now that I think about it, like in hindsight, I was stupid as a kid.
Oh yeah,
Like, I feel like me being so stupid and making so many mistakes, that's why I'm so knowledgeable now. Like, I'm kind of
definitely. That's what drove the creativity for us being curious as a child, trying shit out, having older siblings or cousins who was trying shit out themselves. You kind of learned from their experiences and understood maybe what you might have liked, understand what you definitely didn't like. Like first thing I ever wanted to be when I grew up was a skateboarder, then a music producer. Like
the first thing I wanted to be as a kid was an NBA player. Then I was like, yo, I hate baseball. I mean, I hate basketball. Like when I was a
yeah,
kid, I hated basketball. So I was like, I want to be an NFL player. And then for me, I went through life like that until I was like in high school, honestly. But growing up, my grandmother was a seamstress. So I would always see her with the sewing machine. She always made custom garments. Like she used to make everything,
okay.
all that. Bro. Like we'd be in church, everybody got a hat on for my grandma and stuff like that. Like, so I wanted to be like that. I'm like, yo, you really like, you got everybody out here laced. You feel me?
That's lit.
That come from the photography. Like on my mom's side, my grandfather was in the military. He used to carry a camera around everywhere, so like he just take pictures and stuff. And he always just made me interested in cameras and stuff. So that's how I picked that up. Like this. I don't even like. I never went to school for cameras, nothing like that. I just picked up a camera and started messing with it, and then the rest is history.
Hell yeah.
I'm self-taught photography, graphic design. Like Photoshop was tricky at first, but I taught myself how to use Photoshop like completely to the point where like I mastered the tools and stuff like that. Like
hell yeah.
But yeah. Like you just as a creative, you always seek to want to do more. Like you just always want to learn how to do everything. Like,
unintentionally too.
Yeah.
Because when I caught my camera, it was really some photography shit. And then I just started to like build towards what I'm doing now is whereas me doing the clothing line was never an idea on my bucket list where I was like, make a clothing line, check. Like that shit just kind of came out. Like it just hit me. I'm like, this makes sense. I wanted to be a creative director for a brand. I'm like, why would it not be best if I just do it for my own? Pick the target audience, a passion, sketched a few things out, and I was just like, this is it. I can do this for years.
Yeah. You can do it just simply because you love it. And
exactly.
You have the creative drive for it.
Nothing but love for it, too.
But I feel like you have to love the craft. If you're not loving what you're doing, then you're not going to want to do it.
Because I like photography. I love photography, but I don't love being in a space where, like, that's all I'm doing. Yeah, like it's not for me necessarily. Like I know we know people who like photography is them. Like they love photography, they love picking up the camera, they love being behind the camera. I like being behind the camera. It's just like I know that my talents and my passion can better off be like hair designing, graphic designing, clothing designing.
I love photography, but I love videography way more. I love filmmaking. I want to see like my full potential in that. Because growing up, like after football, I wanted to be an actor. I'm trying to be the next Will Smith or Denzel. You feel me? Like I wanted to be that type of thing. So like that only tied into me when I started taking pictures. I'm like, yo, I could just go get a 4K camera and start shooting movies.
You watch Snowfall?
Of course, one of the greatest shows I've ever watched in my entire life, bro.
My son Franklin is a good actor.
They need to give him his respect, bro. Like his flowers now. Give him his flowers now.
He impresses me, bro. As acting, young man, he be killing shit.
Picked up like his vocal coach is great. Whoever taught him how to speak in LA slang, great.
It was a rapper. It was a rapper. I forgot his name.
The West Side
Group.
What's his name?
Yeah. I forgot his name, but it was a rapper from LA.
Is his name Pepsi? Am I tripping? Is it?
You probably not. I forgot, but I was watching an interview of him, and he was like, he had an English accent, and he was like, "Who taught you to not only speak with an American accent, but with LA slang?" And it was a rapper from, I forgot what group. It was definitely LA though.
It was Dub C.
It's about who you know.
What'd you say?
I said it's about who you know. Cause like, well, I mean, I guess John Singleton was like, rest in peace to him. He probably was like, nah, we need to get this young man a vocal coach ASAP.
Facts. And he was like, cause he can try to emulate it, but he gotta hang around somebody that's really with it. Like, especially during that time frame that he was trying to portray. I'm pretty sure Dub C was like growing up in that era.
Yes.
He would understand what was going on or who was talking the way they was talking. But he's definitely a great actor. Like one of my favorite British actors, if you think about it. Like he's like that.
Yeah. That and then when you brought up acting, like anything like then the Training Day, American Gangster type shit. But like when I'm thinking of like young black men like Snowfall or like what's his name, Lakeith from Atlanta.
You like that too?
He's fired too. Like it's some great young black men actors that's like killing the game.
Right. I'm telling you. Put Big G's on TV.
I wonder how they be wiggling their way in. I mean, I guess they be having like agents and shit and tryouts.
You got agents, you got connections with people that you know. But ultimately, I feel like it boils down to a voice, an image, and your ability to act. What type of role you play? Because I feel like most people, I'm not gonna say anybody can act. I feel like most people can act if they have an image that fits different characters. You feel me?
And a passion. Yes, and a passion too for it.
You have to have a passion for it, because you're not gonna be one taking everything. So you have to sit up there for hours, days. And do
literally, till you kill that shit. And that's another thing about how, you know, in the beginning of this episode when we was talking about putting your hands in different pots, like acting, screenwriting, filming. Like there's a lot of variables of filmmaking that I appreciate and want to put my hand in.
Exactly. One thing I actually can speak on and tell more details about is I've been developing the show.
Oh, word.
Nobody does that either. Like, well, people do, but like it's not appreciated enough.
Yeah, not appreciated.
So I want to have, I've been writing a black anime for like a year now, bro. And I'm like so deep in my character development that it's coming along pretty well. But one thing I can say is it's based on a fictional city, right? That's bordering New Jersey and New York, like so in the Atlantic Ocean, in between New Jersey and New York.
Okay.
Small island, basically, the size of, I would say, LA.
Okay.
So this is a fictional super city comprised of like 5 cities, and it just has every. I'm not going to exclude anyone. It has every race that you would see in a super city. You have your Hispanics, you have your Asians, you have your Middle Easterns, you have your Far Easterns. Like you have black people, you have white people, you even got Russians and stuff like that. Like it's
okay.
You feel me? So like the reason I'm taking so long to write it is because I want it to be as complex as possible. There's no like rush on that. That's the screenwriting and stuff like that. There's no rush.
No rush.
Messages always apply. Like you can do whatever you want to do. So I'm taking my sweet time with it. But I'm calling it Carver Island. And let's just say the right people come out on top in this one.
Okay.
Not the majority, it's not gonna be. You know how like you ever watch a show, you be like, I've seen this before, but you've never seen that show. Like I've seen this before. So like, it's not one of those. You've never seen this.
I love those. I love when I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, like I love when I'm like, oh, this is a different type of vibe. You feel me? I hate shows where I'm like, oh, I feel like I've seen this before.
Off the rip. First episode, you're like, I already know what this show is about.
And a lot of the times, I feel like we get spited and excluded just like that. People just like watch our stuff and be like, all right, traditional black film, I'm done. You feel me? I'm not trying to be one of them. So like, it's starting as anime, but I told you I want to be an actor, and with the right funding, I might do a movie. I don't know. Regardless, I still got a lot of screenwriting to do, but be on the looks for that as well. Just
when the right time comes, shit's gonna be straight. Like as things develop for you, as far as like what you want to do with the merch, what you want to do with like the creative directing, A&R, like put yourself in the right rooms, the right things happen, opportunities. I don't even want to speak on like money. Like when the right opportunities present themselves for you, hell yeah, you're gonna have that shit in the tuck. That's gonna be like already done and years in the making.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
I said I don't want fast bread because that you blow through fast money fast. I want so like when I do everything, I'm always in it for the long run for the most part. So like with this whole screenwriting and everything like that, like there's no timetable on it. I can do it whenever I feel like. Do you ever like you ever feel like you're in a position where you feel like you do too many things? and like
Most
it's not
definitely.
time in a year to do everything you want to do.
Yep.
It's all anyway. Like that's where
Gotta
I'm
like
at.
spread that shit out.
That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to make everything work at the same time, but yeah, for the most part, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Definitely. Definitely.
I feel like I have
Or
my hand.
like, yeah, like narrow it down, or like have one thing be the
All right.
fucking conductor. Then you got the fucking loads and shit. The fucking um carts full of other shit. You got the front of the train that's conducting and driving that shit straight through. Then you got the other shit that's like supporting it. That's definitely needed. You know, people just gotta definitely sometimes take a step back. Don't stress out. Understand the fucking consequences and the risk of doing shit yourself too. Cause people think like, yeah, let me do this shit myself. What's the worst that can happen? Like, nigga, a lot can fucking happen wrong. There's
So,
times where you do need like your team or your squad or like, it, but then there's definitely times where it's like you're happy you did it yourself.
yeah, of course, it's this is a lot more. It feels a lot better. Like, but you gotta be able to decipher when you need help. A lot of people ignore the fact that they need help, and that's
Yes.
their downfall. I
Yeah.
used to know the fact that I needed help. I thought I could do everything by myself, but
Exactly.
you still need people there. You still need
Definitely.
people there, everything. So, regardless, ultimately, you're gonna need someone. Ultimately,
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact. I feel like at this point, like I am doing majority of the things by myself, but I know that with all the hats that I am wearing, as years go by, maybe like 3 or 5, I'm gonna have to definitely like delegate
yeah.
and like build a team or something. Like that's already in the works. Like, but I just know that I am definitely able to like definitely like get most of the shit done that I want to get done now in a decent time and fashion. But it's definitely, especially like working at 9 to 5 on top of working towards your career, like that should be in the way.
That work. And like one thing I feel like a lot of people don't touch on enough is like you gotta be able to switch your hats easily. You gotta be able to go from work mode to creative mode, and sometimes it's hard to do that. Like to
Hell
get
yeah.
to the best space. Sometimes you be like, well, I need a shower, I need a blunt, I need to go to sleep, or whatever it may be. Like so, yeah, you gotta learn how to. Well, not even I'm not saying you per se. I'm just saying people in general have to learn how
Yeah,
to switch those hats. I have trouble switching the hats sometimes. So like,
definitely.
I mean, like that's why you take everything as serious when like I take everything serious when I'm in a creative space and I'm working. I take it serious because you don't always know when you're gonna be able to feel like that. You feel me? And
Exactly.
you gotta take advantage of that.
Hell yeah. Nah, I feel like business wise, like creatively, I feel like I like illustrations and designing, and business wise, I like marketing and like advertisement.
Yeah.
So like those are the hats that like I constantly am juggling on and off, like making sure that I'm like advertising and marketing to the right audience, and then at the same time I gotta make sure that I first love and like the fucking design that I did, and then second making sure that the reception of it from others is like good.
Yeah. Me per se, I mean my hats that I wear is like Uh, I would just like to call myself a creative director. Like literally, like
Yeah,
those are the hats that I wear the most. Because I feel like there is a difference to be well, I'm not even gonna say a creative. I'm a creative. I'm a creative because I would like to work in different fields as a creative.
exactly.
Also, like a creative director, and I help like, individuals and their visions and stuff like that. So those are the two hats I wear the most, like being a creative just the person that you want around when you're in that creative mode and you're going through that creative process. And the creative director is someone that I want to be that person that you bring your ideas to, and you bring your you feel me, your businesses to like elevate you. So I feel like that's the perfect lane. That's the only lane for me. That's the only people like us. You feel me? Like it's the only lane. You just gotta. It's a ride though. Honestly, it's like fun.
Yeah,
it's fun at times. It's like a ride. You really get like a rush from seeing yourself rise. If that makes sense.
Exactly.
It's like going up to the roller coaster, but it's not going down.
Not word. Shit, I definitely feel that 100%. Like as far as it being a ride, and shit definitely is a ride. Like most definitely, I appreciate it though. I appreciate the game. Like I appreciate how it works out because it's not like if it's for you, it's for you. Like you're not gonna just get it just because like how some rappers just get it because like some random shit. Like Lil Pump got it just because someone at the label was like, "Oh shit."
Some people just be handpicked and put in position. Like
literally. But as a creative director, nah. Like you gotta have a resume. You gotta have a work ethic and like experience and dope shit that you did in order for someone to hire you, trust you, and invest in you.
You gotta have a following. Not necessarily following, but you have to have I feel like as a creative, you have to have your own personal message or like something that you bring forth. Feel me? Something that you're known by.
Exactly.
You have to have your own calling card, if that makes sense. So like I just want to be known for the guy that's just always thinking ahead, always thinking. Like I feel like I can think in the past and think ahead. I feel like I can.
Yes.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm a bridge between the youth and the older. You feel me? Like the elders and the youth. Like, and that shit just feels great. Like I feel like that's my purpose. I leave some type of message here though, and like help the people I can help, and just spread my art.
To be honest, that sounded like a good segue to the end. Like that's how you gotta just end it. Like, nah, I definitely feel that though. Like the bridge between the youth and the older people. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes there is definitely a misconnection. Especially with the young boy this, young boy that, or old head this, old head that. Like there gotta be a middle. There gotta be an understanding. And there is, like at times, like sometimes like we like this sometimes the old heads listening to our music, and sometimes all the time we listening to they music. So like I feel that. Hell yeah. But shit. Since before we do wrap this up, is there anything that you do want to end off? You did end off with a basically a bar.
All I gotta say is for the rest of 2020, Shy Worldwide be coming, bro. That's all.
Most definitely. Shout out to you and shout out to them guys.
My people's got some heat coming. That's all I got.
I'm peeping. I see the podcast. I see Mozzie dropping music. I'm peeping.
Dropping. We got shoots coming up.
Hell yeah.
Coming, bro. So
hell yeah.
Be one of those people, like one of those collectives that's just known for the legacy that we're gonna be, basically.
I respect it. I appreciate you for the call. I appreciate y'all for the entertainment, and I just hope and wish the best for y'all.
You gotta bring back upperclassmen.
Nah, facts. When Corona is done.
Too, bro. I'm in a different space, so I got way more control over the climate.
Hell yeah. I know we not physically, but I know we all four are mentally in a different space.
Mentally, of course, but physically too, bro.
Physically.
Different space. So come on, we'll talk about that.
Word, bro. I got you. Much respect, much love. I'm about to hit pause on this joint, or is it?